It's great to be back with you again. It's been a while. As usual, it's always interesting to look at some recent topic on the world of academic integrity. And I came across a really nice article in the Wall Street Journal, which was about bidding sites, where you can submit some assignment that you need done, and various people will bid on it, and you can take the best bid that you want. And on the right here, they have a screen grab of one of these sites. What do you think of this?
Well, it's another way of attracting students. Sounds like it wouldn't offer any significant advantages over just going to one of the contract cheating sites and buying homework or essays from there. But I don't know, perhaps people who are used to bidding sites might feel they're getting a better deal. Although I'm not sure whether the price is the crucial factor in most people's minds. They probably want to balance, price with results. So, a cheap essay that gives you a failure grade or an F grade probably isn't the best thing. So I'm not sure about the attractiveness of this auction model, but certainly something we should take a look at. What do you think?
Better price, because sometimes these sites have very expensive prices, and I have everyone in the world who wants to make an extra buck bid on one of these projects. But yeah, maybe the quality isn't good, or maybe actually you have so much choice that you can really choose good quality. I don't know. Shall we take a look?
Yeah, I'm wondering, what's the relationship? Do you know what the relationship is between the people who offer services on this site and the site itself? Are they employees? Are they gig workers? Do they get vetted? Can anybody bid on a job that's posted? Do you know?
I don't. And that's actually a very interesting question. Why don't we go look inside the website? Because they actually have a point where you can actually yourself bid on homework. So, we could see what sort of vetting there actually takes place, if at all.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Okay. So the website they mentioned, and they mentioned more than one, but the primary one they mentioned and focused on was HomeworkForYou. And this is the site. The call here is find a tutor online. But the website's name is HomeworkForYou. To me, that doesn't really sound the same thing.
Wow. You're just looking at the volume of business they claim. 20,700 students and over $3.38 million in fees paid to people who are writing homework and assignments for people.
Yes, that's a lot. They claim they have 37,000 visitors and almost 100,000 tasks were done. And the quality rating was 9.32. I don't know if that's out of 10.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. I hope it's not out of 100.
No, because then I'd immediately leave the site. And they claim they have to around 2,674 writers active. Now, here's the juicy part. It's right below. And that's where you see people posting their bids. Someone wants a summary of an article, only 2 pages. And the bid was posted on the 18th of June for $15. They have 38 bids already. 38 bids. I guess this is a minimum price. Shall we look inside?
Sure.
Okay, so this is interesting. So here you can see the bids on the right side. There were 44 bidders with the average bid on the right. They're all $15. So now how would you choose between them? Let's first see what the person actually, sort of information they gave. Maybe this was part of the Wall Street Journal investigation, actually. They wanted a summary of this particular article. And let's see someone in this list. Here's a person called Victoria. So she joined 7 years and 3 months ago. I am a time-conscious and dynamic writer who offers the best help to students. I use simple English and ensure all instructions given are followed to the letter.
To the letter? That's funny.
Yeah. I know, I'm already lost there. I always make sure that I have proofread my work before handing it in. My academic qualifications include a master's in business administration, bachelor's degree in finance, a diploma in sociology, and management. I'm a versatile writer, currently doing my PhD with over 10 years experience in academic work. I believe in helping scholars to the best of my efforts with sincerity. I provide well-researched, proper formatted work with no plagiarism. I also have a great zeal in helping the students attain excellent grades. And then she lists her areas of expertise.
Wow. Even with that somewhat ironic blurb, she still seems to get lots of jobs.
Oh, yes. If we look here, she did around 3 jobs in April. 2 of them finished on the same day from different users. Let's see what they say. Given by Zara, really caring, really nice. Don't hesitate to go with others. Absolutely recommended. And she paid $45.
Why don't
Yep.
we post some stuff and see what kind of bids we get? You know what would be interesting to post, a simple essay or case analysis, and then maybe something bigger.
Yeah, let's start with something small. Okay, how does it work? Sign in, sign up. I guess we have to sign in first. Good, I'm signed in. Your post. Post new homework. Here we go. Okay, you wanted a small one first. While I was trying to log in, you quickly put something together. So let's post it here.
Yeah, I posted a case analysis.
That's great. Case analysis due by July 28 on Facebook.
For strategic management.
About 15 pages. Select category.
Business.
The due date, July 28. There we go. Willing to pay.
$10 a page?
Yeah, so 15 would be $150.
Yeah.
And because it's a whole bunch, that's quite a lot. Maybe we can get it cheaper. Or
75.
75. We get our full case assignment done. Save. Okay. And we should have received an email about this. Oh, wow. Look at this. New project at HomeworkForYou. You have successfully posted a project at HomeworkForYou with the title Case Analysis Due by July 28 on Facebook for Strategic Management. About 15 pages. Check it out at.
Well, let's check it
let's
out.
do that. Here we go. You know, I've seen this guy before, Professor Ankery.
Where?
It was in one of these big sites for contract cheating.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I remember.
What did we get? Scroll down.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 responses.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Very good.
Let's up the ante a bit. Let's see whether we could get somebody to do an entire course for us and what it would cost.
Oh, you're going big there, Eric. Let's see if we can do that.
I sent you a little blurb.
Oh, wonderful. Let me go retrieve it. Oh, yes, I see. Okay. Hello, I need a male who can complete my strategic management class for me with a minimum grade of A1. Wow, you're demanding, Eric, a minimum of A1. The course has an online midterm and final,
I have standards.
That's good. You have integrity. Which will be proctored as well as a written case analysis. There are also weekly discussion posts that need to be made. The course runs Tuesday, Thursday, 7 to 9:50 Pacific time, June 22nd to August 19. Okay, well, let's summarize it.
Entire coursework required for strategic management.
That sounds good. Maybe add the date.
Okay.
Okay, category, that would be business again. Due date, June 22nd would be the start. And how much are you willing to pay this time?
How about an entire course? 500.
Okay. That'd be really cheap. Okay, let's post it.
We're up to 21 bids now on the first post.
Holy macaroni. And there are people already matching our bid of 75, so perhaps we bid too high. That's what I'm wondering. It'd be interesting to see on the big one here, I would think 500 would be a bit little. Like, what would the lowest bid be? That'd be interesting. So let's see if this project is in our homework inbox. So let's go to the inbox, and there's so many bids coming in.
Not everyone who bidded messaged us, but some of them did.
I don't know why that is.
Well, some people are more industrious.
There you go. Some might have a business degree. New project, there we are. Check it out. Let's go check the new one out. This person will do it for 500. This for 1,000. See, some of these are like automated responses.
Yes.
Here, the person is just talking about a plagiarism-free paper.
My work is authentic and well-researched. Kindly be my guest.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm asking
Yeah.
you to do coursework for me, not to invite me over for tea.
They're all 0 minutes ago. It sounds like these are automated responses.
That's true.
Yeah, here we have one that's a little later, only 1 minute. They're all 500. Yeah, so these people haven't even read it yet. Now,
No,
this is an odd one. This one offers for 503. Will make them stand out.
must have taken some marketing courses.
Yeah,
None of these have mentioned doing an entire course.
no, it's almost like they're bots or something. It'd be interesting to go in to see what it requires to sign up to do homework.
Let's take a quick look.
Help with assignments. Pick some homework. Search for homework at the top of
Want
the
to make
page.
money. Okay.
Search for homework at the top of the page or browse through all the projects to find homework you would do well competing. When you think you found a project, offer a bid of how much money you take to complete the assignment and when you can have it done. Be sure that what you offer is something you can really commit to. Also be aware that people are more likely to accept bids from people with lots of positive feedback. Once you've completed the work and the other person has reviewed and approved it, it will be deposited into your HomeworkForYou account minus a 25% charge for hosting, advertisement, and development costs, which is so expensive. You can request for withdrawal by clicking on the cash button on the left navigation bar and enter the amount you want to withdraw, I suppose.
We got the gist of this, and I don't even know how much additional information we would glean by looking at the specific people who are bidding. I mean, clearly they're fake accounts and fake profiles. And in this case, well, not clearly. It seems like they might be fake profiles with fake information and people responding with generic responses.
Yes, absolutely.
So we've already done a deep dive into the types of people who offer services through contract cheating sites, and I would imagine it would be pretty much the same group.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to come back next week and briefly check whether the numbers have really gone up beyond those initial 0 to 1 minute responses.
Yeah, and maybe see whether the people who bid on the jobs a little bit later actually have taken the time to read the parameters that we posted and to come up with something more tailored to the specific job that we've asked them to do.
Yeah, my guess is that because I recognize some of these names from these other sites, that maybe it's the same site behind a site like this that just, links one to the other and there's a bot just answering. Because it's kind of extraordinary to have all the answers within 0 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I must say I've had similar experience when I've posted some gig type jobs on Freelancer and Upwork.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I need people to enter data, so I post like a data entry job on one of those sites. And, within 5 minutes, I get people who say pretty much the same thing. I've read the post. I know exactly what you asked me to do. I have experience in the area, but clearly they don't. And, when I reached out to those folks, most of them didn't have really any expertise at all.
Yeah, they just want to be quickly on your radar by responding very fast.
That's right. And in fact, some of them were not even people offering the services themselves, but they were kind of aggregators. So they were kind of bidding on every job. And then if you hired them, they were then going to find somebody to do the job for you.
In your case, when you're talking about those sort of gig economy type websites, a lot of that's very legit. And the question here is, to what extent, other than the claim that finding a tutor on this website called HomeworkForYou, I think that's
It'd be interesting. Can we do a who is on homeworkforyou.com and see who's registered it? I'm searching now to see who owns the domain. You can go to one of these who is servers and they tell you who've registered it. So this I guess is the registrar.
eonos.com.
Oh, it's interesting. You can see that Google takes ad revenue from them. Look at this.
Yeah, Germany.
You see the email of the contact person, but this person doesn't want to be contacted.
That should be a big red flag already.
Redacted, redacted. Somebody doesn't want anyone to know who's owning the site.
we got an update on the amount of people that came with a bid. Well, I guess since there's bids of 500, no one is going to go above the 500. Let's see if anybody actually read our stuff. I'm ready for this class. This person at least realized it was not a paper, but a class we're asking for. Let's just look at this one. I hold a PhD in applied agricultural economics and international marketing. That's an odd combination. Master's degree in agricultural economics and a bachelor's degree in agribusiness management. Okay, agribusiness management. I'm proud to have published numerous international journals. This granted me an opportunity to lecture on macroeconomics at my former university as an assistant lecturer. Tutor misunderstood the instructions and completed my assignment incorrectly. Let's see, $70. Creating a product or service that can be used to resolve an issue related to food desserts.
What issue do you have with food desserts? And
Yeah.
there wasn't enough. How do I resolve it?
Tutor misunderstood the instructions and completed my assignment incorrectly. I tired to reach out to highlight the mistake. They took hours to respond back, and I ended up having to redo the assignment the correct way to receive an appropriate grade. That's right, by doing it yourself. Now, remember the Professor Ankari? I thought I'd seen him somewhere else, so I just looked it up. And of course, this person posts on HomeworkForYou.com. But they also post at geekytutors.com. And you can see Professor Ankari on Geeky Tutors. But when I go there, I get this warning sign. You know, this website may be impersonating geekytutors.com to steal your personal or financial information. You should go back to the previous page.
All right, let's do who is on Geeky Tutors and let's see if it's the same company. All right, I think I found Geeky Tutors is coming from Los Angeles, an IP address in Los Angeles anyways.
Hey, let me just show you something. We had a bid by Financeville, and it was one of the few people who said, I'll take this course for you. So we click on her, and there we see that she's a prolific writer and a professor, having graduated from Harvard. Maybe she has a Boston accent, Harvard. I deliver quality work. Great. What I did is I just copied the picture and I posted it in the Google image search. And there she appears on graduation hairstyles. So let's visit.
Well, not only is she a professor and a good worker, but she has exemplary hair.
Yes. Same photo, same person, but now it's about hairstyles. Some of these bidders may be entirely legit in the sense that they do deliver work. That's what the feedback seems to suggest. How do we handle this? I mean, what are we supposed to do?
It depends on your definition of legitimacy. I mean, remember, we're asking them to complete homework on our behalf or complete an entire course on our behalf. So some of them might be actual individuals rather than just bots who are automatically responding, but are they legitimate if they're offering services such as this?
No, absolutely not. And I guess the way I was using legitimate there was, would you actually get some work done, you know, when you actually put a bid on the site? And that,
well, I guess in theory, you only pay once you're satisfied with the result.
Yeah, that's true. And so based on the feedback, it does seem that you would get homework made for you, not always to your satisfaction, but it would be there.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, as soon as you submit the job and people know who you are and what the assignment is, you're very easily blackmailed.
Yeah, so, because you did see that some people were not happy with the result.
And they still paid, probably because they realized that if they didn't pay, they could have had the whistle blown on them by whoever provided the work.
So really, as soon as you do a bid, you can be in trouble. They have all the details on you.
That's right.
You're really in trouble once you've submitted something to your teacher.
So the guarantee that you only pay if you're satisfied has that little wrinkle to it. If you don't pay, you run the risk of getting turned in. So, Martin, I don't think that this is really anything new. This is just pretty much the same type of contract cheating, just wrapped into a different wrapper. This is an auction wrapper, but this is pretty much the same thing that you get on most of the essay mill sites and the contract cheating sites, where you post something and then a bunch of people bid on it.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's exactly the same. It gives a bit of a veneer of a marketplace, but it's no different than the other sites. You know what was really interesting in the Wall Street Journal article One prof had a really nice way of dealing with this issue. He auto-generated through his computer different versions of a test for every single student. So if anything was posted on any site, he knew from which student it came.
Yeah, I don't see how what the professor did actually addresses this particular problem in a meaningful sort of way. I mean, it works in terms of tests and exams, but it doesn't really work in terms of essays because people are working on individual pieces of work by definition when you're talking about an essay. So it's not like a test question or exam question that could be posted on the site and then that could be monetized across many students who want the answer. This is more like a custom essay writing service. So even if you give students different essays, it wouldn't solve the problem because the essays are being custom written for specific students.
Yeah, and it assumes that the prof would know and have entry into all these sites and be able to find and search, and it's just too hard.
Well, they find and search, but they still really wouldn't have access to the essay.
That's right, they wouldn't. And so they wouldn't know if it was done by the student or by an essay writer. And I guess it boils down to get to know your students. That's how you recognize whether it's an essay writer or it's your student.
You get to know your students, get to see whether, so that when you see the writing that's handed in, you have something to judge whether it's actually in the voice of the student that you know, or whether it's not. And of course, if you don't know the student, it becomes impossible to judge whether it's something that the actual student wrote or someone else. But once you know them, it's actually maybe not incredibly easy, but you could certainly identify situations that might be worth looking into. And then you could then follow up accordingly. So if you have some suspicions, you could then invite the student to an interview or a meeting and then ask them about the essay and where they got the ideas for things and what specific sources were used and why they decided to use those specific sources. And then it's relatively easy, I think, to find out whether the student was actually the one who wrote the essay. And you don't need to do that with every student, but if you see something that looks suspicious because it doesn't appear to be in the voice of the student as you know them, that can easily prompt you to have those sorts of discussions.
So to sort of wrap it up, I mean, I started off with mentioning that Wall Street Journal article, and it looked like we were at the next level of contract cheating with these auctioning sites. Now that we've reviewed it, do you think this is the next level, or are we just looking at the same?
I think we're looking at the same thing. It's just a different wrapper around the same sort of services. And it's probably services provided by very much the same writers that are present on other sites that aren't wrapped in this auction wrapper.
It's nothing new under the horizon here. Same stuff, same ways of dealing with it. And unfortunately, it's not being addressed at the political level. No rules against these kind of sites. These are very obvious sites that are really aimed at only one thing, which is having someone else do your homework. There's nothing legit about that.
Well, at least, we found someone who could help us with our essay writing and our hairstyle.
Yeah, we could both use that.